Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you play Tenerife C by Ed Sheeran. And we'll end up keeping this on first fret, and we'll talk about some strumming options and some fingerstyle options through the video. And we'll start off in root position, just in case you don't have a capo or just want to play this in root position. And it starts off with this cool little intro lick, actually, and I was doing that fingerstyle. Actually, we'll kind of walk through it as a strum thing too. But you could kind of start first finger on the low E, 3rd fret, second finger on the B string, 3rd fret. And a lot of this is all about implying chords with bass notes. So you could start, I'm using my thumb to kind of play the low E string on the 3rd fret bass note. And then you could kind of take your index finger to line up on the G string, middle finger for the B string. And actually that's a good idea through the tune, actually, is kind of using thumb, index, middle as kind of like a broken chord idea. So we kind of start off with a low E bass on a G note, and then go index, middle, index, kind of between the G string, B string, G string. It's kind of a cool little lick, and actually I know he varies this through the tune. I'm just kind of taking an easier fingerstyle out, but you'll definitely hear these licks through the tune. So you'd have low E on the 3rd, G string, B string, G string, and then we do that same idea but with an open A bass, and then we go to 3rd fret on the A string. So I'm using my first finger to kind of cover that 3rd fret on the A. Same idea. And then there's this cool little tag on that where you could go 3rd fret on the B string, and I'm doing a hammer-on pull-off between my 2nd finger and my 4th finger. Actually, this can be a challenging idea, but you could actually just abbreviate this and just do the arpeggio twice on the C, or if you want to get in that lick, you can play 3rd on the A, kind of follow that first idea, and then kind of use this as a tag, as kind of a 3rd to 5th fret hammer-on pull-off on the B string, and then back to open G and then open D. So kind of a 3-5-3 hammer-on pull-off, open G, open D, and that can be tricky. You may want to pause the video and practice that. So you got kind of a G idea, an A idea, and then a C idea. G, A, C, G, A, C, and then at the very end, you kind of hear this change of bass notes to 2nd on the D string, kind of an E idea, an open D string, and then you may want to go back to that C idea, and maybe even do that again at the very end. So on that tag, you've got kind of that 2nd fret on the D string is the E note, open D is the D note, or is the D idea, and then the C note on the A string 3rd is kind of your C idea. Follow those licks, that could be a very cool way to work it through the tune, actually. It's got a G, A, C, G, A, C, G, A, C, E, D, C. If you want to kind of follow those licks, or you could back that up with chords. And so you could start on a G major chord. And normally you do this first finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd, 3rd finger on the high E 3rd. If you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really happy. And that's what that bass note on the G note is implying. Or you could put your 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd for a slightly more powerful G. And then from the G, we'd be going to an A minor chord. And normally you do this first finger on the B 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd, 3rd finger on the G 2nd. If you strum all those together, oh, the sad sounds of A minor. Now you may also dig on lifting off the first finger on the A and making that an A sus2, or adding in the pinky on the B 3rd for an A suspended chord, kind of saying some stuff around A minor. Or you could lift the 3rd finger for an A minor 7, or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for an A minor 7. Or you may dig on an A7 sus if you're kind of thinking of easy strum options. You do first finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of strum on the A string to the high E string. It sounds more unresolved, but that might make that change from the G to the A a little bit easier, just kind of leaving 3 and 4 down. And then we'd be going to a C major chord. And normally you do this first finger on the B 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd, 3rd finger on the A 3rd. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, it sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now around C's in general, it can be cool to lift the first finger and then C major 7. We can add in the pinky on the B 3rd for C major 9 and kind of say some stuff around it. Or another way to play C major 9 is first finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the A 3rd, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that for your C. And timing wise, this is a little weird. It's almost like a 3 down count on the G, 3 on the A, and then kind of 6 on the C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, G, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, G, A, C. And then when that E bass note comes in, you may want to go to an E minor chord. And normally you do that first finger on the A second finger on the D second. If you strum all those together, the sad sounds of E minor. Now you may also dig on putting the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that for E minor. And then for that open D note, you may want to use a D major chord. Normally you do that first finger on the G second finger on the high E second, third finger on the B third. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, the beautiful sounds of D major. Now you may also dig on lifting the second finger on Ds in general, making that a D sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the high E third for D suspended and kind of say some stuff around it. And we kind of do our 3 count on the E minor, 3 on the D, and then we do our 6 count on the C. And on the intro, there's kind of an extra C. So you kind of dig on that. Just working the down idea, or you could use a strum pattern. This is weird because we're in 6/8 time, but if you're quick enough, you could almost work kind of a down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. It's kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down, 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 down. So some of our chords half, so you may want to do that just one time on the G, or kind of half it, just the down, down, up, down, up. So kind of down, down, up, down, up, A, down, down, up, down, and C with the whole pattern. G, down, down, up, down, A, C, G, down, down, up, down, A, C, E minor, D, C, C. And then from there, then we'd be going into kind of repeating that idea for our verse, and then going into our pre-chorus, which is kind of a variation of that, where we kind of have our C for kind of our 6 count, and then G for 3, D for 3, C, G, D, and then we got our whole 6 count on the C, and then on the G, and then on a D, and then more D. Now if you're digging on the fingerstyle option too, when we get to that part, you may just want to change basses and use a lot of those same licks, kind of the C idea. Randomly, you may want to add in that second fret on the G string to kind of that main lick idea. Might be kind of cool. And then we'll be going into our chorus, which is kind of a variation of that idea. Back through our verse, back through our pre-chorus, back through our chorus, until we get to our bridge part. And on our bridge, we start on the E minor, and a lot of this is kind of this whole 6 count, so you can use the strum pattern or the down idea. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor. Wanted to make that a fingerstyle idea too. It's really all about that first bass note with the thumb. So you have the E minor, C, G, D. And you may want to kind of on those D's add in that second fret on the G. So E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, bridge, we're going back to our pre-chorus, back to our chorus, and kind of ending with a little piece of our verse. Now the weird part is, to play along with Ed, instead of starting on a G major chord, he's starting on an A flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on first fret, then now your G is really an A flat major, and your A minor is really a B flat minor, and your C is really a D flat major, and your D is really an E flat major, and your E minor is really an F minor. But you could kind of work it with just those fingerstyle licks we've been talking about, that G idea, A, C, G, A, C, G, A, C, E, D, C, C. And then from there, then we'll be going into our verse idea. You could keep that fingerstyle idea going, or you could try the strumming ideas. And we have G, A minor, C, hymn, you can do that. G, A, C, E minor, D, C. Or if you're digging on the down, down, up, or the down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Then you have G, A minor, C, G, A minor, C, G, A minor, C, E minor, D, C. And then from there, we'll be going into our pre-chorus part. And you could work that with the fingerstyle idea, kind of the C idea. And then G, D, C, G, D, C, G, D, D. Or you could work the strumming. And then you have the C, G, D, C, G, D, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, D. Or you could add in other things around the chords. Pretty cool too. And then from there, we'll be going into our chorus part, which is kind of like our intro too, but now we leave out the E minor, D, C. So we got our G, A, C, G, A, C, or the G, A, C, G, A, C. And then from there, then we'll be going into our verse again. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, the down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, you can throw in a bass note for the chord. And actually, these are the thumb notes that we're following with the fingerstyle. But kind of that G's got the low E string for the bass. A would have the A for the bass. C would have the A for the bass. E minor would have the low E for the bass. And on the D, you'd have a D for the bass. So you can kind of work basses into that strumming too. And you have G with a bass, down, down, A, C, G, A, C, G, A, C, E minor, D, C. And we repeat that. G, A, C, G, A, C, G, A, C, E minor, D, C. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next pre-chorus. So we try that with a bass, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. You have a C for the whole pattern. And we kind of have the G, D, C. Have the G, have the D, C. G, D. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next chorus. So we try that idea through the chorus. You have the G, A, C, G, A, C, G, A, C, G, A, C. And then from there, then we'll be going into our bridge part. And you could do that with a fingerstyle idea, kind of that E minor idea. C, G, D, E minor, C, D, D. Or you could try that with the strumming, kind of working the down idea, or the down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. E minor, C, D, or you could add basses to that. E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, D, and then from there, then we'll be going into our next pre-chorus. So that our C, G, D, C, G, D, C, G, D. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next chorus. And you could really take all these ideas and kind of mix them up different ways if you're kind of digging on the fingerstyle, or if you're digging on the strumming. if you know their licks around these chords, you know, feel free to throw them in. It's always cool to kind of make the song your own. And then from there, then we go into a little piece of our verse, actually, at the very, very end. So you may want to bring back those intro licks. Kind of G, A, C, G, A, C, G, A, C. And I would really want to play a G at the end. I know he doesn't, but that would be me. But that's the basics of how you can play through Tenerife Love by Ed Sheeran. So good luck. Hi, wherever you are in YouTube land. This is Munson Summer with Munson Music Live, Munson Guitar Songs, Munson Covers, and Munson Jam Tracks. Thanking you for watching this video, and I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you like this video and subscribe to the channel to see lots more like it. I'm always open to your requests. If you have a song that you love, please let me know so I can write it down on the request list so I can add that to it, because there are probably other people out there who love that song too and would love to learn how to play it. So thanks so much for all the love that you give me, and I hope that you're doing well and kind of figuring out how you can talk with the instrument. We are a small music shop in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina, and you're supporting us by watching this channel. Really appreciate all that love. So best of luck, and let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you in particular too. You can contact me on Facebook. You can leave a message here in the comments section, and I respond to all the comments that I get. So best of luck to you wherever you are.